Have you ever felt exhausted trying to explain your intentions over and over, only to realize the other person never cared to listen? You spoke with clarity. You shared your truth. Yet they twisted your words into whatever suited their judgment. This is the story of someone who learned a powerful truth, that walking in silence can protect your peace far better than speaking. Once in a small valley town surrounded by silent forests and winding stone paths, lived a young craftsman named Ibrahim Halim. Ibrahim repaired old clocks, delicate, forgotten pieces that people said were beyond saving. His workshop sat at the corner of a narrow street, where the ticking of clocks was the only sound most evenings. Ibrahim was sincere, gentle, and endlessly patient. People trusted his hands, but not everyone trusted his intentions. On the opposite side of the street lived Farid, a wealthy shopkeeper known for his sharp tongue and louder opinions. Farid often accused Ibrahim of overcharging customers for his repairs. "These clocks barely work," Farid would announce in front of others, "and he demands more than they're worth." His voice carried across the marketplace like a knife cutting through cloth. Ibrahim always tried to explain. He spoke of rare parts, careful restoration, hours spent adjusting tiny screws the size of a grain of rice. But Farid never cared to listen. He would smirk, shake his head, and walk away, leaving Ibrahim with a heavy heart. Weeks passed, then months. Ibrahim kept defending his honesty. The more he spoke, the more rumors began growing roots. "Ibrahim cheats the old," someone whispered. "He charges double in secret," another added. At night, sitting beside a dim lamp, Ibrahim stared at a half-repaired clock ticking softly. "Why doesn't anyone understand?" he murmured. "Why must I explain myself again and again?" But answers never came. Only silence filled the tiny workshop. One afternoon, the quiet town was stirred by an unexpected visitor, an elderly traveler known simply as the Sage of the Mountains. Rumors said he wandered from place to place, sharing wisdom with those who sought it. Instantly, the townspeople gathered around him in the square, asking for blessings, predictions, and advice. Ibrahim stood at the very edge of the crowd, tired and unsure of what to believe anymore. When the noise faded and people returned to their homes, he stepped forward. "Sir," Ibrahim said softly, "I try to be honest in all my work. I never deceive anyone. Yet no matter how much I explain, they twist my words. How do I make them understand the truth?" The sage looked at him for a long moment, then smiled gently. "Tell me," the old man asked, "if someone decides that the wind is silent, will they ever hear it?" Ibrahim blinked. "No, not unless they choose to listen." "And if someone insists water has no reflection, will your explanations change their sight?" The sage continued. Ibrahim lowered his head. "I suppose not." The sage rested a hand on Ibrahim's shoulder. "Then stop offering your truth to those who have already closed their eyes. Let your craft speak. Let your silence carry your strength. Your peace does not belong in the hands of those who enjoy misunderstanding you." With that, the sage walked away, leaving Ibrahim standing still, yet strangely lighter, as if a burden had been gently lifted from his chest. From that day forward, Ibrahim changed quietly, without announcement, without defense. When Farid accused him again, Ibrahim simply smiled. When others spread rumors, he bowed politely and returned to his work. No explanations, no arguments, only steady, loyal silence. People noticed first with confusion, then curiosity. Despite the whispers, Ibrahim's clocks began lasting longer than anyone else's. Their gentle ticking filled homes with comfort. Travelers who passed through the valley commented on the soft harmony coming from his shop. Soon, people from nearby villages arrived, not for his explanations, but for his craftsmanship. One evening, Farid himself walked into the workshop. His face held a mix of pride and embarrassment. Placing a few coins on the table, he muttered, "My father's old clock stopped working. Fix it?" Ibrahim nodded, repaired it with care, and returned it without a word. No resentment, no defense, just peace. A few days later, neighbors saw Farid standing alone in the street, staring at the smooth ticking of that restored clock. Something in his expression softened. He finally saw what arguments could never reveal. Truth doesn't need a microphone. It reveals itself in time. Weeks passed. Ibrahim's shop grew busier and his heart quieter. One night, as he placed a newly repaired clock on the shelf, a young boy asked, "Mr. Ibrahim, why do your clocks sound so calm?" Ibrahim smiled. "Because I no longer waste my voice on those who never wanted to hear it. I keep my peace where it belongs." Sometimes the strongest response you can give is quiet confidence. When people choose their own assumptions over your truth, silence becomes your shield. You don't owe explanations to those who have already decided who you are. You don't have to open your heart to those who never intended to understand it. Peace doesn't come from convincing others. It comes from realizing you no longer need their approval to feel whole. When you stop chasing explanations, you discover something powerful: freedom. You begin to live for your own clarity, not for someone else's judgment. And in that stillness, life starts to feel lighter, clearer, and deeply real. If this story touched your heart, remember there are many more stories like this waiting for you. So take a moment to subscribe and be part of this journey where every tale brings wisdom, courage, and self-discovery. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay patient, stay grounded, and keep your inner strength glowing.